118.99 miles of racing, guys, and it all came down to really the last 2 or 3 miles. And who would have thought that the yellow jersey would have been involved after all those roundabouts, high-speed descents? It came down really to a small uphill battle where he goes down, Tony Martin.
Tony Martin trying to defend the yellow jersey, also trying to put his sprinters in a position where he can win, maybe trying to do too many things at once, gets tangled up with Brian Kokar, just touches his wheel, but starts leaning in the wrong direction, loses traction, and goes down, and we'll see what the extent of his injuries are. But they did not look good. Took him a long time to get up, get going again. He did finish, presumably will be given the same time as the stage second place in the peloton there, which is the same as all the GC riders, but it remains to be seen what Martin's injuries are because of that.
Yeah, it'd be a shame to obviously not be able to start owning and occupying that yellow jersey, but this just happens sometimes when the GC riders are mixing it up with the sprinters up at the front. He had to be up there to defend his jersey, so some of those sprinters are a little bit more twitchy than the other GC riders, so yeah, he just rubs wheels on Brian Coquard's wheel.
Here we see Martin riding up the fence. Coquard trying to follow the forward momentum, doesn't really make a dangerous move one direction or the other, but Tony Martin just got hung up on that rear wheel, goes straight down in his shoulder without letting go of the bars. Nibali caught up in that crash as well.
I think even TJ Van Garderen also. Hard to see.
Guys, I guess the big question would be, is anyone at fault for that?
That's incidental contact in a melee, a bit of a climb, so things slow down a little bit on today's sprint. That was part of the race course where they're going uphill, so they're not going fast, super fast. But Coquard on Sagan's wheel, just following the wheel, and I think Tony Martin maybe trying to get out of the way at this point and just moves a little bit too close, touches wheels, and goes right down after tangling with the giant rider.
Yeah, he just crossed up wheels. I mean, it's just something that happens from when you're a junior to when you're a pro. Just some things that just happens.
Stybar, who gets the victory ahead of Peter Sagan. Brian Coquard holds on for third. Deegan Kolb in fourth. And Greg Van Avermaet in fifth place. Down the line, Tony Gallopin would have been a good pick today. He finished in sixth. Edvald Bosenhagen, also a pick. Julian Simon and Gorka Izagirre rounding out the top 10. So Zdeněk Stybar gets the win. Probably not your first choice for the Czech Republic rider to win today or a member of Team Edix Quickstep, but there he is. Made the wise move at the very end, Bob and Christian, and he gets the victory. He wins the stage.
Bittersweet stage win for Zdeněk Stybar because of the crash to his yellow jersey teammate Tony Martin. It's always great to win a stage in the Tour de France, and let's just hope that Tony Martin can start tomorrow's stage in the yellow jersey.
It's now time for the green jersey presentation. Andre Greipel once again in green. Stayed out of trouble today, picked up just enough to stay ahead of Peter Sagan, but the gap is closed 161 to 158.
Peter Sagan second on the stage, closing down on that lead. Peter Sagan, so lethal in the green jersey competition, just unbelievably clever. Always stays out of danger, always gets points, intermediate sprints, finishes.
I think they got to change the rules a little bit more. the anti-Peter Sagan rule is not working.
The more they make it harder for Sagan, the better he does in the green jersey competition.
Well, it's always a big news when the yellow jersey goes down in a crash, but also involved in that crash was American TJ Van Garderen. And just moments ago, our Steve Schlanger spoke with him.
TJ, what did you see with the crash there right at the end?
I think it was just some people doing a lead out were coming back, and maybe they were looking behind them and touch of wheels. I mean, it's always dangerous with these finishes like this because uphill there's going to be gaps. The GC guys want to be up there, but sprinters still want to go for the stage. So getting that mix in together is always pretty dangerous.
Yeah, speaking of that, you guys were at the front there late. How much of that was to protect you in the overall, and how much was for Greg Van Avermaet to try and win the stage?
It was a bit of both. I mean, you're always safer being at the front, and it got Greg in a good position, and it got me in a good position to stay even on time. So
overall, and relatively speaking, was it a little calmer out there today?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we spent almost a whole day on the coast, so if there would have been big winds, then it could have been a repeat of yesterday, even worse. But luckily, we had a beautiful day, blue skies and calm winds. So, yeah, it was a nice day.
the Tour is certainly punishing, but every now and then dreams do come true. We saw the story of Daniel Martin getting the big yellow jersey, Tony Martin, excuse me, and then Daniel Tekla-Haymanot, young man for MTN Quebec. Guys, he just needed a few points today to take over the polka dots, and he gets it done.
Great sprinting against Van Bilsen. Daniel Tekla-Haymanot, he did a great job today. The team came into the Tour de France. They said what their dream is to have any of the jerseys, any of the time. So for him, this was a tough sprint. This is the second sprint out on the day, another Category 4 climb for 1 point. He draws even with the category leader, Joaquim Rodriguez, because of that. So he needed just 1 more point, and there is 1 more Category 4 climb on offer, and he was able to go ahead and get that also. Climb number 3, this is the last climb of the day, also 1 point up for grabs. Tekla-Haymanot going from a long ways out. These 3 riders have worked together throughout the stage. Daniel Tekla-Haymanot, no gimmies in the Tour de France, goes hard, dominates the last sprint climb of the day to get maximum points there, and goes into the polka dots. Wow, what a day for MTM Quebec and Daniel Tekla-Haymanot.
And congratulations all the way around. So the young man from Eritrea will pull on the polka dot jersey. What a moment for him and his nation.
Coureur du continent africain a endossé sur le Tour de France le maillot à poids rouge des hypermarchés Carrefour, Supermarché Market. Il nous vient d'Érythrée, c'est Daniel Tekla-Haymanot de l'équipe MTN Quebec. Et évidemment, on va lui réserver une ovation supplémentaire. Allez, le public du Havre, allez les Normands, allez les amoureux du Tour de France. Ah, il faut le féliciter, il est le premier venu d'Érythrée, donc il a brillé sur les routes du Critérium du Dauphiné. Il brille en
So Daniel Tekla-Haymanot wearing the polka dot jersey as the best climber in the Tour de France, MTN Quebec, a new team to the Tour, and what a moment for him and his sponsors and his nation.
Après celle de Bernard Hinault, Valérie Fourneron, député de Seine-Maritime, Nicolas Maillard-Rossignol, président du conseil régional de Haute-Normandie, Pascal Martin, président...
Now that was on the road when he pulled it off. As we take a look at the standings in the polka dot jersey, Daniel Tekla-Haymanot out in front ahead of Joaquim Rodriguez. Rafael Micah sits in third. What a day for him, and a lot of work done by his teammates, including Tyler Farah. Our Jenna Corrado caught up with Tyler after the race to talk about this very important moment.
Tyler, you're a veteran of the Tour, but this is MTN Quebec's first appearance at the Tour. What does the polka dot jersey mean to this team?
Oh, it's huge. You know, it was really important to us. Like we said from the beginning, we wanted to come here and really take part in the race. And we've been getting up in the mix on the sprints, but having Daniel up the road and in the climber's jersey today is probably the biggest thing that's ever happened to our team, or certainly our biggest thing this year. So we're really happy.
What exactly was the plan from the start of the day? Was this the plan?
Yeah, we had our eye on it. I mean, we looked at the situation with the points and we did the math, and we knew if he could get up the road and take every point, then he would get it. So it's easy to say it on the bus beforehand, but he was incredible and he made it happen. So good job him.
And we know he's loved. 3,000 people showed up to his wedding from what we were told. Can you tell us what kind of guy he is?
Daniel's awesome. Super nice guy. And, you know, he's so good. It's like every time you say, hey, today's the day to get in the break, there he is. So he's a great rider and a really nice teammate.
Thank you.
There is Tony Martin in the yellow jersey, gingerly holding that left arm as he came down hard on the shoulders. We take a look at the yellow jersey standings. Tony Martin 12 seconds ahead of Chris Froome after stage number 6. TJ Van Garderen sits in third place. Peter Sagan and Tony Gallopin, so the top 5 stay the same. Will it be different tomorrow? We will find out. Greg Van Avermaet, Uran Contador, Stybar now in 9th place. What a change of events for Tony Martin. Very telling, guys. He is not lifting that left arm.
Not being awarded another yellow jersey. They did that behind the stage just to give him a little bit of a break there from trying to put another jersey on with a presumably injured shoulder. Wow. They win the stage. He keeps the jersey. and we'll see what the medical report is overnight.
Oh, that's tough to watch, isn't it?
There it is one more time. Tony Martin on the left side of your screen goes down, bumping tires with a Europe car rider, and he lands directly on that left shoulder. His teammates drop back to nurse him home. You guys made a good point. Once you're inside that 3K marker to go, he gets the same time, but I think it looks like the damage has been done, and wish the very best for Tony Martin, hoping that he can ride tomorrow. So at the end of a beautiful day here, Peter Sagan, guys, once again in the mix. He pulls on the white jersey as the best young rider.
Second on the stage, pulled within 3 points of Andre Greipel. In the white jersey, wouldn't be impossible after tomorrow's stage that Peter Sagan has 2 jerseys, the white and the green jersey.
Bobke, I know you're a little bit of a betting man, not much, but would you put odds that he is going to eventually get a stage win this year?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Mur de Bretagne.
I will, yeah. I will 100% not guarantee, I was going to say, but I think Mur de Bretagne is a great bet if you were to.
What were the odds? I'd have to take some short odds, not long.
These are images just coming into us. This is Tony Martin, the leader of the Tour de France in the yellow jersey. He is being helped to an ambulance. And, guys, he will be taken straight away to hospital. And that is just a tough way to see the leader of the Tour de France in the yellow jersey leave the race.
Like you cannot move his arm 1 micron, and that's not a good indication that it's superficial at all.